Hello. It's great to see your faces. It's better than practicing in front of a mirror all day. So, um, so I just want to briefly tell you where we're going tonight because I don't see myself as the expert in this area. I invited a bunch of my friends to come up here and to tell you what I think is very valuable information to help you out with social media. And those two words, they're the reasons why you're here tonight. But those two words mean something very different to each one of you. There's some of you, when you hear social media, you think, oh, no, no, not me. That's not for me. That's for the kids. There's some of you, when you hear social media, you're thinking, yes, that's everything, like, that's my life. And for some of you, it really is. You can't do a sentence without a hashtag in it. So, but just to get us all on the same page, social media is defined as this: websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or participate in social networking. So it's a website or an application that allows you to connect with people of similar interest. Some of you have heard of something called Pinterest. You can share your ideas, you can share art ideas or any ideas like that. I like Pinterest, you can tell. There's Facebook. Facebook is the new yearbook. Now, instead of getting a new yearbook that collects dust on your shelves every year, they update the photos every 3 to 6 months, you hope. And then you can learn everything about your friends that you went to high school with and more than you really want to know. So social media is here. Social media is not a fad. A fad is something that comes and goes. Social media, Facebook, for example, in February this year, turned 10. Facebook has been around for 10 years. MySpace came out the year before that. So this isn't a fad. This is something that's here. It's something that's changing the world as we know it. It's changing the way that businesses operate. It's changing the way that they market to you. I don't know if you've been on Facebook or if you've been on any of these other social media sites. Even Snapchat, which is a very trendy one with younger population, they have advertisements in them that cater directly to your gender, your age, and your location demographics. It's revolutionizing everything. Just to give you an idea of how big it is, Facebook this week reached 1.28 billion users. Billion with a B. That makes it, in population sense, the second largest country in the world. This is big. And so what we're trying to do is we're not trying to tell you that if you're not on board, you need to jump on board. We're trying to give you an understanding of what it is. We're trying to help you understand that this is just the next step in the way that humans communicate. Remember, mankind started off telling stories around the campfire. Then they moved on to telling stories through cave dwellings. Then they learned how to write. And then they started tweeting. So that's the process. This is where we're going. Instead of these nice artistic drawings on the caves, we're doing 140 characters or less. So, here's what I want to do. Social media, I'm biased, yes, because I'm up here talking about social media. But I believe social media is a great thing. And some people in here think it's scary. And I would think it's scary too if one of my friends or family members was using it and I had no clue what they were doing. Social media is not scary. It's actually a great tool. How else can you meet people from all around the world that have similar interests as you do? So I invited a few of my friends here today. I'm just going to briefly tell you who they are. First one that's going to come up is Officer Mike Byers from Azusa PD. Now, I know when we think of police officers, we think of these macho guys that are just going to come and lecture us. If I can describe Mike in one word, it would be nerdy. But correction would be #nerdy. He's brilliant when it comes to social media from the form of law enforcement. He's going to help share with you some of the legalities, some of the social responsibilities we have, and ways to keep yourself safe, because that's huge for using social media well. After him, we're going to have my friend Lana come up. Lana owns a digital PR agency, and her work is based off of social media. I had her come speak to my classes at APU and totally open their eyes. This is juniors and seniors in college. Open their eyes to social media and the benefits it has and the ways that it can hurt them from getting a job in the future. And lastly, we're going to have Pastor Isaiah come up. He's going to talk about social media and our identities. Because if we don't know who we are, or if who we are is different than who we're communicating online, there's a problem there. So it's very important for us to stay in tune with who we are. It's very important that we accurately represent ourselves online, because remember, whatever goes on social media stays there forever. Even though you think Snapchat disappears, it really doesn't. So throughout the night, if you have questions, like Chris said, text them. If we don't address a question you have, like what is a hashtag, or how do I create a Facebook account, we're not going to cover that, but you can text it and we'll answer your text just so you can stay savvy with us. But that's all I have. If you would, please welcome up my friend Mike.